The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
People, this is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator here, back with the new Black Wall Street, man, money and power. And here's the deal, man, we got a lot to talk about. So much has happened. I don't even know if we got enough time. It's always going something. It's always live with 45. Well, here's the deal, guys. ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. And today's episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right, Black-owned, manufactured detergent just for you. We're here in the Atlanta area. So if you'd like to get your bottle, it's $15 for this bottle right here, 101 ounces. We'll deliver right to your front door. We can do that via cash or PayPal. So either way, we get that working. So I'm working on some shipment deals. But hey, True, TRU, make the switch. That's right. Now here's the deal. We got a lot of stuff going on. Let me go ahead and share some announcements with you real quick while people are joining in. Tonight we have our Punch TV interview. So the CEO of Punch TV from the Dollar IPO, he's going to be with us to kind of share with the village. So if you got questions, comments, concerns, that's going to be a place that you want to be and sharing with us so you can get your questions answered about that company. Also, tomorrow on Tuesday, we have our first marijuana session. I know many of you guys missed out on that, but that's okay. We actually have scheduled another session because of demand. So we got tomorrow on Tuesday, we're doing our first marijuana session, but then we'll also have one on the 13th. So that is out. If you snooze and lost on the first one, here's your opportunity to go with the second one. So hey, it's out. Early bird tickets have already been sold. That's going to be marijuana investment session. Now, we know, I'm pretty sure many of us understand that this will probably be the next one of the opportunities that you have of a lifetime to get rich, and that's in the marijuana section. So you smoking it, you know what I'm saying, getting high, you might as well go ahead and learn how to make your money work for you and go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity while it is inexpensive to get in. We're going to be talking about doing our investment sessions. Also rolling out Club Millie. That's starting to roll out on February 1st. So that's where we're going to be presenting the plan to the world. That's when you're going to be able to see the whole vision, the whole plan of Club Millie, where we're going to help 1,000 people save and invest $1,000 this year. We're going to walk you through how to get that 1,000, and we're going to show you what to do with that 1,000. And you can do it individually or you can do it collectively. Of course, there's more power when you do it collectively. So that's going to be rolling out on Thursday and Friday. So we'll do that. We're going to have a plan presentation Thursday and Friday, every Wednesday and Thursday of this month, which is Black Wealth Month, not Black History. We're going to make history with our money. From what happened in the past, Madam C.J. Walker, first millionaire woman, but we're going to make history with our money this year. So we got to start moving forward, moving the agenda forward. And then on Saturday, Stock Market 101. So those of you guys are saying, hey, I don't know nothing about the stock market. Well, here's your opportunity. I only offer one of these classes a month, where you can actually learn how to own your first stock. So it's going to be 7 steps to you owning your first stock. So many people hit me up, ask me questions. Guess what? I answer the questions in the class. So you either go to the class or you keep being, or you continue to ask questions. But you're going to get your questions answered in the class. So the class is available. That way we can answer the questions for many people at the same time versus me answering the same questions over and over for 50 minutes. Just don't have the space. Only one person. So, Stock Market 101 this Saturday. You can get all that information, everything I just said and more at www.ergj.net. Now, if you're a person saying, I want to be a part of that 1,000, you can go ahead and get registered for your Club Millie membership. It's only $20 a month, and you're going to get so much in that membership. I can't even tell you. They can probably write it in the comments below, so you go ahead and read that so we can go and move forward. What's going on, Anthony? Aaron, my man. And Aaron, we got double Aarons in here tonight. What's going on, brother? Thanks so much for tuning in. Now, here's the deal. Let's take a look at what happened in the market today. Of course, I know you guys want to talk about Uber and Starbucks, and I'm just gonna keep it real today. So some of y'all, I'm probably gonna get a lot of unfollows today, but that's okay. Keep it real. Let's go ahead and look and see what's going on in the market today. Now, let's see here. So the market was down today. Of course, we had the whole immigration thing that took place on Friday. Companies and the market itself did not take well to that executive order that took place. We'll talk about that in just a second. But the Dow was down 113 points, 47 points on the NASDAQ, S&P 500, 12.46. Now, here's the good thing about it being down. That gives you an opportunity to get in. That means that you would pay less today than you would have yesterday as the market started to correct and start to settle down a little bit. This rally that we've had over the past 8 years starts to settle down a bit. So it actually gives people an opportunity to get in. We crossed over the 20,000 point barrier. Now we're back under it. So it could be some opportunities out there, especially like Fitbit. Fitbit is down 16% today. I'm not quite sure why. I didn't really look into why. They probably released some earnings or did something crazy today. But Fitbit was down 16% today. GoPro was up 7% today. Airline stocks were down today. Twitter was up 1% today. Those are the popular stocks. We saw Dollar General up 2% today. Whirlpool up 2% today. We saw a company like Transocean, which is oil, down 7% today. So energy and oil, a couple energy and oil companies were down today. Now, top performers for the past 3 months, transportation is up 22%. So this sector has been leading the way over the past 3 months. Transportation. Now, of course, Uber is in transportation, right? So transportation has been up. Finance has been up 16% over the past 3 months. Communication has been up 12%. Health service has been up 12%. Electronic technology has been up 12%. Consumer durables have been up 11%. All 5 of those sectors have been bringing back double-digit returns over the past 3 months. My question is, how many of you have been getting paid from the companies that you continue to use? Oh, my goodness. We got so much to cover. So much to cover. Oil is only down 0.11%, so it's holding steady. This oil, what happens is when money starts to move, it doesn't leave the market. It just shifts. It looks like some money's been going into oil, into gold, into silver, precious metals. Those are what you call defensive stocks. Our volatility index, which is the emotion of the market. The emotion of the market is really what moves the market. You're either fearful or you're greedy. Market is greedy. That's when everybody's selling. When the market is greedy, that's when everybody's buying. Basically, the buyers control the market or the sellers control the market. Right now, we're at about 53, which is about neutral, but it's actually down from where it was on Friday. So there's a lot of selling going on. Obviously, we see with the market being down 113%. Now, here's the deal. When it's very, very fearful, when it crosses over into the fear range, under 50, that's when you really start looking for opportunities, guys. Because, hey, here what Warren Buffett says this. He says this: be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. So basically, I like to say it like this. When everybody else gets fearful, I know something just went on sale. Everybody say that with me. Something just went on sale. Go ahead and put that in the comments below, because everybody loves a sale. Yes, that's right. Miss Sue said, I can't say your name. King, you're a queen, though. You are a queen. That's right. So here's the deal, guys. Again, I like to talk about money and power. That's right. Money will be economics. That's what's going on in the market. That's what's going on in business. But I also like to talk about power, which is politics. You got money, which is the cash flow. And you got politics, which is the rule of the money itself. So when we get our money up, we can start to buy our own policies. That's right. When you get your money up, that's when you can start to buy your own policies. So what's going on in the politics today? So here's what's going on with Trump today. Of course, so much. Trump is has got to be the livest president I've ever seen in my life, maybe close to Reagan. Not quite sure, but it started off at 7:35 this morning where President Trump said that the big problems that were created at the airports was actually by Delta itself, had computer outages and protesters and the tears of the Senator Schumer. So he kind of blamed Delta on all of the departures and cancellations. Obviously, Delta is one of the biggest carriers as far as airlines are concerned. Now, we can take a look real quick and see how Delta did today. We know that American Airlines was down. Let's see if Delta was down 4% today. So, yeah, that was a pretty big hit on them as well. At 7:43 came out that President Trump's spokesman is defending the manner in which White House rolled out immigration restrictions. That was Sean Spicer. He was defending the whole immigration thing. 7:45. Television personality Joe Scarborough says he and host Mika Brzezinski met with Donald Trump on Sunday. They said, and the morning he tweets that he and Brzezinski discussed outrage over Trump's immigration order and his changes to the National Security Council. 8:45 came out that Donald Trump says he will announce his pick for the Supreme Court on Tuesday night. So on Tuesday night, we're going to get our pick for the Supreme Court. President Obama had nominated Merrick Garland for the post, but Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell refused to take up that nomination. 8:50 came out that Virginia's Attorney General is requesting information on any detentions in Virginia resulting from Donald Trump's executive order on immigration. 9:05 came out of President Trump defending his decision to take swift action on his proposed travel ban. President Trump also says his pick for the Supreme Court is someone unbelievably highly respected. So we're waiting on the Supreme Court justice to be released tomorrow. All right, so here's a big deal for you guys, especially small business owners. President Trump is telling small business owners that the American dream is back. At the White House breakfast Monday, Trump vowed to create an environment for small business, saying that he will end or limit regulations. He said that this is not a knock on President Obama specifically, but on those before him, who Trump did not do all that can be done for small businesses to prosper. Trump said that the big segment of the American workers is employed by small businesses, adding, we want to make life easier for these small business owners. So here's the deal. If you hear this and you are a entrepreneur or you're an entrepreneur, that's pretty good news, right? Because what he's basically saying is, now we know, we got to think about it from a whole different color perspective, but what he's basically saying is he's going to roll back the red tape. So, that is actually good news. So this is actually a good time. And let me say this, even if it's not a good time, you realize that you got to do something different. So I would encourage you, step out, don't leave your job, but step out and get started with your skill or your ability and start presenting it to the world. The president is basically saying that he wants to bring a boost to small businesses. And you may not have a small business. You may not be taking advantage of the tax breaks. You know what I'm saying? You may be paying your 35% to the government. Well, Trump is saying that, hey, small business owners, I got your back. I don't know whether he mean it or not, but hey, what he been saying, he typically does as far as his policy is concerned. See, I pay attention to what he does. I don't care what he says. What he does is what you need to do. Actions speak louder than words. But he's been talking about small businesses. We know that he was a businessman. He at one point in time must have had a small business. He understands what it takes, what he had to go through in order to build his empire. Now, of course, we know he got a lot of help, a lot of dollars, a lot of corporate dollars behind him. But nonetheless, he's talking good for small businesses. So President Trump is signing an executive action Monday aimed at significantly cutting regulations. White House officials are calling a directive a one-in, two-out plan. It requires government agencies requesting a new regulation to identify 2 regulations they will cut from their own departments. Officials say the president is ordering that there be a $0 budget for new regulations through the rest of the fiscal 2017 year. The White House and the agencies will work on a budget for regulations in upcoming years. There are some exceptions in the executive action for emergencies and national security, and that's what came out. Again, Trump administration is defending their order against the 7 majority Muslim countries. Trump signed an executive order aimed at significantly cutting regulations for small businesses. We talked about that already. A number of diplomats, memo Trump travel ban, still talking about that. Still talking about cracking down on immigration. Still talking about that again. North Dakota, 2 largest universities have cautioned their international students not to travel due to Donald Trump's executive order on immigration. 6 of Donald Trump's top campaign aides have banded together to start a nonprofit called America First Policies to back the White House agenda. Look at this. His aides have actually started a nonprofit. America First Policies. Oh my goodness. The group includes Trump Digital Director Brad Parscale. So here's the deal. I want to hit y'all up on some game, because I don't think y'all quite understand what that means. These people work for Trump. They started a nonprofit. See, here's how the game works, guys. The game is so convoluted. What this basically means is the government money is going to funnel through his nonprofits. You feel what I'm saying? So his aides just started a nonprofit, which means that they're going to get some funding. Find out what this corporation is doing, because the dollars, the corporate dollars, or the government dollars, are going to go to organizations like they just started. So you got to be wise and smart, right? I know you want to do what you want to do to help the poor and all this stuff. That's great. But if you can't get no funding, you just going to have a dream because you're trying to go the nonprofit route. We just found out that his aides are starting this nonprofit that has something to do with politics or America's First Policies. So a smart person would say, well, hey, let me find out what they're doing, because that's where the money going to flow. And if you got a nonprofit, you can start competing for those dollars. See what I'm saying? This is how the game work, man. The good old boys, they work with the good old boys. And all we got to do is start saying, okay, where's the money going? and be like Jerry Maguire, whatever, you want to follow the money. Everybody put in the comments below, follow the money. Follow the money. And you're right, Alicia, we do need to start our own good old boy system. But in order for us to do that, here's my belief. And I could be totally wrong, but hey, we do what they've always done to us. It is we infiltrate the system, learn the system, dominate the system, then create our own system. We just can't create our own system for nothing. We got to have something. So we learn the system, play the system, dominate the system, then we create our own system. Don't just try to create your system when you're poor. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what happening. Like we for some reason we just refuse to band together with our money. We'll go out there, we'll march and get our bunions hurt. You know what I'm saying? We'll do our 10K and our 5K to the White House. When we start talking about group economics and support one another with our dollars, ain't nobody to be found. But we'll go out there, man. Wait till I get to the boycott, because I'm gonna get y'all to unfollow me today. All y'all that's fake, all these fake boycotters, all these social media hustlers, all these Instagram thugs. Yeah, I'm gonna get you tonight. I'm gonna get you today, because we're gonna start talking real stuff here. All right. Spokesman for Barack Obama said the former president fundamentally disagrees with the target people based on their religion. White House says Spicer says CIA will be added to the White House. White House says the director of CIA will be added to the White House National Security Council. And Wall Street banks are speaking out against President Trump based on his temporary ban. Citigroup spoke out. Goldman Sachs spoke out. Now these are the big banks that got the big boost and took all of our citizens' dollars in order to stay in business. When they stole from the citizens, now they trying to stand up and act like they good guys. Don't believe the hype. Do not believe the hype. All right, that's it for what's going on in that area. But I wanted to go somewhere else, which would be. That's all that's going on from the AP. That's what's going on in the White House, guys. Again, we got money, we got politics, and we need to merge. We need to start learning this stuff together. Of course, today was the last day for you to sign up for Obamacare if that's what you wanted to do. And I'm trying to go here. So Trump pledges. Here's something else. Trump pledges to do a big number on the Dodd-Frank Wall Street reform. So it says that Dodd-Frank is squarely in President Trump's firing line. I hate these little pop-ups. Trump slammed the Wall Street reform law as a disaster on Monday and vowed to do a big number on it soon. The Dodd-Frank was enacted in 2010 as Obama administration response to the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. But Trump suggested the financial overhaul went too far. The new president blamed excessive regulation for making it virtually impossible for small and medium-sized businesses to get loans from banks. So let me ask you this, guys. For those that are in business, have you been finding it very, very difficult for you to get loans from the bank so that you can use other people's money to expand what you're doing? However, Trump did not explain what exactly he wants to do. Gut the regulation completely or put parts of it on the chopping block. Sean Spicer, the White House press secretary, wouldn't divulge any details during his brief press briefing about what do a big number means either. He simply said the Trump administration will work with Congress on reforming the Dodd-Frank. So there's going to be some things coming on with the Dodd-Frank. Of course, you can continue to follow me. If you don't know what the Dodd-Frank is, I'll put something out and give you guys a full understanding of this Dodd-Frank, which was what Obama used to combat the Great Depression or the Great Recession. It really wasn't a Great Depression, but to combat the Great Recession that we went through just recently. All right, so now let's get to the good, hot, juicy stuff you guys want to talk about, which is the Uber boycott and also the Starbucks boycott. So before I start talking about this, how many of you guys are boycotting Uber? If you're boycotting Uber, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. You can go ahead and put Uber in the comments. And if you're boycotting Starbucks, you say, hey, I'm going to boycott Starbucks too. Go ahead and put that in the comments below. Now, here's my question. While you guys are thinking about boycotting or whatever, let me ask you this. Are you going to boycott the Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure y'all ain't going to boycott that. I'm pretty sure by the time Sunday get here, we gonna be done boycotting. You gonna get a ride to the Super Bowl party? Because here's the deal, man. It's big business no matter what, right? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what's going on with Uber. So some people are going to boycott Uber. Okay, I mean, I don't want to know. Y'all going to boycott the Super Bowl? Y'all still going to watch the game? I'm pretty sure y'all going to watch the game because we're not really dedicated to boycotting. That's not real. Let's keep it real. Are y'all still boycotting Walmart? Y'all still boycotting Walmart? Probably not. Probably not. All right, so here's the deal. Here's what happened, guys, with Uber thing. So obviously we had the whole thing that went first with immigration on Friday, with the executive order for immigration. So on Saturday night, Uber's New York City Twitter account notified riders that the company was turning off surge prices for trips at the JFK airport. So basically, Uber was saying that, you know what, we're not gonna increase pricing for people that need to get rides from the airport because of what's going on at the airport. The site of the protest against President Donald Trump's executive order blocking some Middle Eastern and travelers and refugees. So what was happening at the airport at the time was that there was this strike going on from taxi drivers. Because because most of them are Indian or Muslim or whatever, right? So his critics swiftly accused the ride-sharing company of attempting to undermine or profit from work stoppage by taxi drivers that have been called by New York Taxi Workers Alliance, AFL-CIO affiliate that represents many immigrants and whose work had been largely focused on stopping the encroachment of ride-hailing companies like Uber. So we know that the taxi companies have been fighting or competing against Uber because Uber is bringing in a new wave of doing transportation, right? The same way we talked about Netflix and Blockbuster. Taxis want to keep doing things the way they've been doing them, and they're becoming more and more extinct. So they're fighting, against Uber, and then also they're standing up for their immigration rights. So the question is, if the taxis stop servicing JFK Airport and Uber stops servicing JFK Airport because of this, then who was going to how were people that needed to get home, how were they going to get home? Now, what I found interesting is that Uber, instead of them jacking up their pricing, which they do when there's a lot of demand, they go from being whatever the cost was 2 times or 3 times the cost because of demand. They said that, hey, we're not going to bump our prices up just to service the people that still need to get home. Because here's the deal. Everybody at the airport wasn't on strike. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't on strike. Some people just got to the airport, saw what was going on, I got to get home. And now they stuck at the airport because somebody else is striking. So if you're going to boycott Uber, my question is, what should Uber have done? Not service anybody just because the taxis decided they weren't going to service anybody? Or were they going to leave the people that needed to get home stranded and at the airport just because some other people are striking? You imagine yourself going somewhere and you see a march and you want to go home. And the next thing you know, MARTA stopped and the taxi stopped. You're like, I got to sit out here in this and I ain't even a part of it, but I got to be a part of it because everybody stopped servicing or stopped their business because of this protest or this strike. You got to ask yourself, is that smart? I mean, what about the people that were not a part of this demonstration? Should they have to suffer and have to deal with the congestion because some people decided they wanted to strike? I don't know if that's fair or not. So so what happened after that, what followed was a firestorm of online anger and calls for a boycott of Uber. Well into Sunday morning, delete Uber was the top trending topic on Twitter. Now here's my question to you as well. Are you just a follower because you see it as a trend? Are you one of those people that say, hey, this is a trend, let's follow the trend? Or are you a leader? I just wonder, why are you boycotting Uber? I don't really understand it. Like, I get it, but I don't understand it. Like, what is that doing for you? What is that doing for us? For us. Now, what about the people who actually use Uber, right, as a form of as a way to get money, so that they can lead a job? So we're gonna boycott Uber. It's gonna inherently impact the yous and eyes of the world who actually use Uber to make money, to get away from the corporate slave. So what about that impact? You might be impacting your brother or sister indirectly who has been using Uber as a second stream of income because we are boycotting something that is not helping us at all. How is it helping Black people to boycott Uber? Is it our fight? That's what I want to know. Now, let's talk about Starbucks. Now, I'm taking your comments. I want to hear what you got to say about this because I'm trying to think about how does boycotting Uber help Black people when Uber has been one of the places or one of the companies that's allowed Black people to get extra income, to put food on their child's table, to relieve the corporate stress that they've had at their job. That's allowed people to actually have something to do to earn extra income while they're building their business It's a company that allows you to work on your own schedule. How is boycott Uber because of what's going on with the immigrations and the Muslims and whatever happened there? And I just shared the whole story, which see many of us, we just go off some Twitter thing or some trend. How does that help black people? That's what I want to know. How does that help black people? So don't use Uber and don't go to Starbucks. So let's talk about what happened to Starbucks. So we can either say, hey, we're for immigration or we're not. We're for the, are you for the executive order or you're not? Because Starbucks was the opposite. So here's what happened with Starbucks. Starbucks came out and they said, you know what? We plan to hire 10,000 refugees worldwide in the next 5 years. And because they are actually supporting the executive order, they got boycotted. So he said, the CEO of Starbucks said that we are living in an unprecedented time on which we are witness to the conscience of our country and the promise of the American dream being called into question. CEO Howard Schultz wrote in a letter to Starbucks employees about the plan. While many customers were immediately supportive of Starbucks actions on social media, others threatened to boycott after the letter's release. Upon hearing about your decision to hire 10,000 refugees instead of Americans, I will no longer spend any money at Starbucks. Now answer this for me, guys. On one hand, we're going to boycott Uber because they are continuing to do business while the refugees or people that are affected by this executive order are going on strike. But then on the other hand, we're going to boycott Starbucks because Starbucks said we're going to try to do something to help, the refugees. And because we're going to do something to help refugees, that's going to impact us helping America. So which one is it? I don't get it. Are you for the executive order or are you against it? Because they are both boycotts against the same idea. So this is what I mean when I continue to tell you guys, if you do not understand at this point in 2017, if you don't understand the agenda of divide and conquer, this is exactly a good example. Divide and conquer. United we stand, divided we fall. Now you got to ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is this any of this helping black people? That's what I want to know. Any of these boycotts, whether you for immigration or the executive order or against it, does it help black people at all? Is it worth your energy? Is it worth your time? Is it worth your attention? Because to me, it's nothing more than distraction. Like, I get it. I mean, they'll work it out. But I think black people got enough problems of their own than to be worried about the problems of other people. How many of them are worried about our problems? You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it. Somebody help me out. Please help me out. I'm just trying to be honest. I'm ignorant when it comes to this. But I see divide and conquer all the way. I can see the show of number 45 all the way, and I don't even pay attention to it. Matter of fact, I didn't even know all this stuff was going on until around noon because I was busy making money. And I'm telling you, when you getting busy, you ain't gonna be thinking about boycotting. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna be marching, you ain't gonna be rallying. Because here's the deal, man. I think that boycotting is an effective strategy, but it's only an effective strategy if you can make it last. You know what I'm saying? If you're only going to boycott for one day, if you're going to boycott when the news is hot, and you're going to go right back to doing what you was doing a week later, or by the time the Super Bowl comes, you're going to be getting in that Uber to go to the party, well, you know what I'm saying? What is that doing? So Aaron said, I don't use Uber. I drive everywhere. I make my own coffee. That's cool. I'm not talking about leaders like you, Aaron. I'm talking about the followers, the people that's hopping on the train. See, I'm not talking about the people that's already been boycotting and not using these platforms and all that stuff. I'm talking about the people that just hopped on the train and don't even know where the train is leading them. They don't even know why they hopped on the train. They just hopped on the train because it was a trending topic, something to talk about. Because guess what, guys? At the end of the day, we love controversy. We love dysfunction. We love drama. That's what gets our attention. But when we start talking about, hey, let's come together. Let's pool our money together. Let's use our money to go in and get some infrastructure. Let's use our money to buy some real estate. Let's use our money to buy the block back. Everybody scatters. But as soon as we say, hey, let's get together to go walk to Washington. Let's get together. Let's go march on Capitol Hill. Yes. Yes. We want justice. But I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to continue to say this. The way that you get justice, you got to buy it. You got to buy it. You gotta finance your own freedom. Everybody put that in the comments below. You gotta finance your own freedom. If you're not talking about that, I don't know what's gonna help us. I don't know what's gonna help us. We gotta finance your own freedom, man. We cannot continue to get distracted. We cannot continue to be swayed. We cannot continue to be the people who are following the trends. Because at the end of the day, really, guys, we set the trends. But for some reason, we continue to forget that, and we get caught up in the news of the day instead of the news of our generation, the news of our lifetime. See what I'm saying? You get caught up in the news of the day, you're going to forget all that we done been through and all that we done had to deal with that got us to this point because you're focusing on what's happening right now. But when you start thinking about, man, look at all that we've been through, then you start asking yourself, why the hell am I dealing with this Uber stuff and this Starbucks stuff today? I'm still working on my mission. But when you get caught up, you start swaying away from your mission, and it's on delay. Yeah, so yeah, that's right. That's how I said I'm boycotting losing my money. So I wanted to talk about how the Starbucks and the Uber thing, they're two boycotts on separate sides of the fence. And some of you guys are jumping on both sides of the fence, which is cool. You know, if you want to, now here's the deal. Here's what I believe. If you are going to boycott, but you're still not redirecting your dollars back to Black-owned businesses, then what the hell are you boycotting for? Let me repeat that again. I'm sorry. I told you I'm gonna lose some followers today. If you are boycotting any of these companies, I don't care what it is, Uber, whatever, Starbucks, Walmart, Coca-Cola, I don't care what you choose. If you are boycotting any of these companies, are you redirecting your dollars back to a Black-owned business? Because if you're not, what the hell are you boycotting for? Just to stand in unity and solidarity with your enemy? To stand in unity and solidarity with the people that continue to oppress you? Or are you going to stand in solidarity with your brother and sister who's trying to bring something and lift something up to help the community? If you are boycotting and you're not redirecting your dollars back to the community, then what the hell are you boycotting for? I'm sorry. I told you I'm gonna lose some followers today because this don't make no sense. We got to start thinking, and we got to start being more strategic at the end of the day, man. We got to be more strategic. Don't just do something because everybody else is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Do it because it makes sense. Do it because you thought it out. Don't do it because it's like this. This is how Black people are. I'm telling you. I'm just gonna keep it real. This is how we are. We are doing our due diligence, doing our work, right? Next thing you know, Forrest Gump come running by. And we see Forrest Gump running. And then we see Forrest Gump got a little trail behind him, and they running. And we look up like, well, what the hell are they running for? And next thing you know, we say, well, they running. We might as well run too. Run, Forrest, run. We get right in there and start running with them. We don't know where the hell they're going. We don't know why they're running. But we decided, hey, if they running, then I probably should be running too. Now, it's smart to run when you hear some gunshots, but it's not smart to run just with a crowd just because you see them running. Where they going? Where they taking you? We got to become leaders. And here's what I said earlier today. If you want to be rich, if you want to be free, if you want to be wealthy, you must become a leader. That's it. And here's the sad reality. Most people are followers. The sad reality is most people are followers. They're going to see Forrest Gump running, and they're going to say, I'm going to run with Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run. But it's going to be the leaders who are saying that, don't you see where Forrest Gump is leading you to? Come with me so we can go to the promised land. You got to ask yourself, am I a leader? Now, here's what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on being a leader in your field. When you become a leader in your field, whatever it is, because I believe that you and I, each and every one of us, we are a 10 in some area, wherever that is for you. I want you to become a leader in your field. That's it. That's all it takes for you to get out of debt, to get into the wealthy place, to finance your freedom. You need to become a leader in your field. Now, you got to figure out what that is, what that field is, and you got to figure out what leadership in your field really looks like. Sometimes leadership means changing the game, like Netflix did, like Uber is trying to do. Sometimes that's what it means. But sometimes leadership just means that you are consistent in what you're doing and providing value to the marketplace. Become a leader in your field, and wealth cannot pass you by. Become a leader in your field. Everybody's not, I'm a certified financial educator. Everybody is not a certified financial educator. Everybody can't talk about money like I can talk about money. But you can talk about something. You can provide something. We saw earlier that Trump is all about the small business. You can start your small business this year, but you need to become a leader in your field. Stop trying to take shortcuts. Stop trying to half step. Stop trying to operate like you ratchet. Let's get it together so that we can support, so we can really say, okay, this business right here, this dude right here, he really doing it. Let's support him in what he's doing, because not only is he doing it, but he's doing it top notch. See what I'm saying? He can compete with the other folks. He can compete with Forrest Gump and the Bubblegum Shrimp. You see what I'm saying? But you got to get in position where you are leading your field. Because if you're not leading, you're following. And I'm trying to tell you that following is where the poor people are. Leadership is where the wealthy people are. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I want to sell some shoes, man. That's what I'm talking about. So here's the deal, guys. Again, we're going over, man. You know, I'm just trying to keep it real for us, man, because somebody got to tell the honest truth. Somebody's got to say, you know what, my morals, my values, my ethics will not be compromised by a dollar, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind. And I'm just asking you to just think about some of the things, some of the decisions that you make. But we got some clues. We know that the number 45 is pushing the small businesses forward. Do you got a small business? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you attached to a small business or an entrepreneur? Because you might need to just support them. You might need to be an administrator's assistant or a vice president or a retailer for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? True. But you might be the person that's going to lead that organization. Either way, are you an entrepreneur, or are you supporting an entrepreneur in our community? Because everybody's not going to be the leader. He said, I'd rather follow the money in tangible trends. But that's what we got to do, guys. We need to everybody say this: march with your money. Put that in the comments below. March with your money. Time out for getting, you know what I'm saying, for getting your exercise on. We need to march with our money. Now, if that includes boycotting, I'm all for it. I'm not saying that boycotting is an economic strategy, but again, we got to attach the word strategy to it. Did we strategize? Did we put this together to boycott Uber? Is that something that black people put together and said, hey, this is what we're going to do to help our community? Or are we just doing it because we're running after Forrest Gump? Did we strategize and say, hey, us boycotting Starbucks, that's going to help the black community? Did we put that together? Or again, are we just following Forrest Gump? March with your money, and boycotting is an economic strategy that we can use to continue to pull our resources together. But if you're boycotting and you're not redirecting those dollars back to black-owned companies, then what the hell are you marching for? So here's the deal, man. ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. Tonight we're going to be talking to Punch TV Studios. Punch TV Studios is Joseph Collins. He's a black man that's got this company, $1 IPO. We need all the answers before we go and invest in the company. I don't care if you're black, white, green, or whatever. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the marijuana section, one of the industries that is ready to boom and take off. We already seen legalization in a couple of cities or states. We realize that that's just the beginning. So it's the opportunity to start getting in early. Wednesday and Thursday, we're dropping out Club Millie. That's our plan to help 1,000 people save and invest $1,000 this year. If you want to get the information, Wednesday and Thursday, every week this month, that's when we're going to be rolling it out. People are already signing up. You can too. And then on Saturday, Stock Market 101, 7 steps to owning your first stock. If you want to learn how to become an owner, participate in the profit. Everybody say participate in the profit. If you want to participate in the profit of these companies that you are supporting, then that's called stock ownership. That's how you can make your money work for you and do all that hard work. That's one of the ways. If you want to learn that, that's Stock Market 101. We're doing that on Saturday. You can find all that information at www.ergj.net. Now, here's the deal, guys. Today's episode of New Black Wall Street Money and Power was brought to you by True Detergent, black-owned, manufactured laundry detergent that you can get here in the Atlanta area. I'm actually free delivery, $15 for a bottle, 101 ounces. You get 101 loads. This is a way that you can connect to a manufacturer. In other words, what that means is we cut out Walmart. We cut out Amazon. We become the distributors and we keep more of the profit. We participate in the profits at a lower level. Anyway, I'm ERGJ, your certified financial educator. Make sure you get signed up for whatever it is that's going to work for you. But hey, if you sign up for Club Millie, what you basically are saying is that I'm taking my $20 a month and I'm connecting with people who are serious about building wealth. It's no more all this other stuff. You are connecting with people who are serious. So basically what you're saying is I'm going to connect with the top 5% of our community because these are the movers and shakers who are putting deals together, who are doing private investing, who are doing lending, who are becoming angel investors, who are pouring back into the community to build our community up. That's what we're doing. Go ahead and sign up, get registered. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back later on because we're going to talk about how to fix broke. That's right. We're going to be talking about how to fix broke. That's going to be tonight at 10 o'clock. So look forward to that. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Got to find my music.
Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street.